The Barstar Podcast is a show that aims for something a little different. It's hosted by a drummer who thinks he's a musician. But let's be honest, I know and you know that drummers are not musicians, right? Or are they? Hang on a second, who wrote this crap? This is garbage. Nobody's gonna listen to a show put on by somebody they hadn't heard of. Stupid. Crap.
Hello. Welcome to another episode of the Barstar Podcast. I am your host, Stephen O'Reilly. I want to thank you guys for coming back to hang out with me once again and for sticking with me when I've had a couple off weeks. I didn't post a show last week and I didn't tell you guys I wasn't going to post a show, so I just didn't post a damn show. Had a lot of things come up, which I will talk about in a second. First of all, I hope everybody had a good week. I hope everybody is doing well. And as always, I hope you guys went out and did some shit. Please make sure you check out my sponsor, Prophecy Inc., located in the fabulous Highlands in Louisville, Kentucky. Go in the shop, mention the Barstar Podcast, and you will get 10% off your tattoo by any artist in the shop. Please take some time to go to the shop. They've got some great artists there. They're cranking out some killer work. I follow them on Instagram and Facebook, and they're just killing it. Got some news, kids. Part of the reason why I didn't post a show last week is because I am technology stupid. But I did it. I finished it. It's done. I finished it. That's right. The Barstar Podcast finally has a website. I did it all myself, and I'm fucking dumb, but I did it. And it's pretty. Oh my God, it's so cute. The Barstar Podcast officially has a website. It is live. It is up. It is running. You can go check it out at Barstar. Wait. www. Period. I'm just kidding. barstarpodcast.com. That's right, barstarpodcast.com. You can look at dumb pictures of me. You can see what's going on with the show. You can look at new news. New news, that's kind of weird to say. New news versus old news. Old news, new news. Whatever. There's a news section, which is basically like a blog section where I'll put up some news of what's going on in Showland and all that kind of stuff and what's going on with me. But there is an episode tab where you can go and listen and or download any episode of the show. Any episode. So we will call that the archives. So if you go into the episode tab, you will find all the shows so far. So it's pretty cool. You'll be able to interact with me a little bit more through the website and through the Facebook and Instagram and TwitFace and all that fucking garbage. But the website is up and running. I'm super, super excited that I finished it. I feel like I accomplished something. I did a naked backflip and landed on my face. It was not pretty. Nobody wanted to see that shit. Again, it's barstarpodcast.com. So excited. So this week on the show, I want to do something a little different. I always say that my shows are probably going to be short when it's just me, but who knows? You never know these things. A couple weeks ago, I went and saw a friend of mine play. He is on tour with a band right now. He did ask me to not mention him or say his name, so I will not. But I think the story that him and I have is kind of worth sharing, because it made me start to think about stuff. And you guys know how I get when I start thinking. I come up with some dime store philosophy stuff. Him and I were in a band, I don't know, we'll call it 15, 18 years ago. Whatever it was. 15 years ago. Sounds great to me. Sounds great. It's fabulous. And some shit went down at the end of the band, which ended the band. But the shit that went down was pretty shady. All parties involved were shady. All parties involved did some fucked up shit. And the band imploded. Band's gone. Bye-bye. No more band. Since then, we have not talked in a long time. We reconnected, had a long conversation, and he was essentially, obviously, he's not proud of the things he did in the past. He's grown up a lot as a human being. He's always been a great player. That had nothing to do with anything. But he's grown up a lot as a human being. And he said he had a hard time getting over the past and the things that he's done in the past. And I said, man, you got to let that shit go. It's over. It happened. It's done with. Just let the past go. Leave the past in the past. We went on. He played a show. Everything was cool. And I drove home. And what made me start to think about it was I am one of the biggest proponents of loving the past. So it's almost hypocritical of somebody to say, oh, you got to respect the past and honor the past and all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, you have to forget the past and just move on. So which one is it? And it got me thinking. It's technically both, because honoring the past and honoring the good things that we have done or seen or heard, whether they be music or technology or movies or whatever, honoring that stuff and knowing where we came from is super, super important. Absolutely 100%. Granted, these are all my dime store opinions, so take them as you will. But when you do some fucked up shit in the past and you grow up and you learn, hey, that was probably not really cool for me to do, then yeah, you should leave the past in the past and just move on with your life. So it's kind of a double-edged sword. Honoring the past and knowing where we came from is a much easier way to know where we're going, especially when it comes to creative. Anything creative. I'm just going to blanket it there. That way I don't have to keep saying TVs, music, movies, and all that stuff. Anything creative. When you know the past and you can draw inspiration off the past and know where we came from, and it makes the journey, to me, again, this is my opinion, it makes the journey to me a lot easier, because you can't really know where you're going if you don't know where you came from. And again, the other side of that double-edged sword is when you do the fucked up shit and you realize that you shouldn't have done it, or it was a mistake, or whatever mistakes you made, you have to leave those in the past, because ultimately, in both cases, you can't change the past. And I think that's kind of what I came up with as I was driving home and thinking about all the shit that this individual and I have been through. Everything's fine now. He's in a much better place in life. Great dude, great player. And he did say that maybe, just maybe, one day he would be on the show. And for those of you that are going to start bugging me and ask me who this person is, I will not tell you. This person does not live in Louisville. It is a dude, so I'll tell you that part, because I already said he and I were in a band. But he doesn't live in Louisville, and I won't tell you, so don't fucking ask me. But I thought it was something interesting that him and I could reconnect, and there was a long time we literally hated each other. At least I hated him. Then I got over it. It was fine. It is what it is. Bands come and go. Relationships come and go. But I think looking back and thinking about the past and things like that, it is kind of a double-edged sword, and it is almost borderline hypocritical. I wouldn't change anything in my past because it shaped me into the person I am today. The good, the bad, and the ugly. All of it. There's a lot of stuff in my past that I choose to forget. There's a lot of stuff in my past that I have blocked out that I just legitimately don't remember. You thought I was going to do the L word again, didn't you? I legitimately don't remember it. I've told you guys before on the show, I've had to Google myself to find certain things out about me, which is still really strange. But I've had to do it, and I have done it. And there's a lot of things in my past that stick in my memory, like a that shit's Memorex. Y'all remember those commercials? That ain't live, that's Memorex. Anyway, sticks in my front of my memory like a tape. It's just there at all times, and it's most of it's the good stuff, and a lot of the really cool things I've done, and the cool accomplishments that I've done, and the goals that I've achieved, and all that kind of stuff. So, again, it's kind of a double-edged sword. It's just something to think about, something for you guys to kind of chew on, and maybe look at the past in a little bit of a different light, and honor the past and respect the past, and the bad shit that you want to forget. Just forget it And if it sounds hypocritical, it might be, it might not be. But holding on to the baggage in the past, it usually will end up biting you in the ass in the long run. If you've ever been in a relationship with someone who has, quote, baggage, a lot of times that baggage that comes to that relationship will be detrimental to the person that does not have the baggage. That sounded really smart. I said detrimental and stuff. I use big words. Oh my God, I'm so cute. But seriously, it's something to think about. Just leave the past in the past and honor the good stuff. And when somebody says leave the past in the past, like I just did, I have said the word past entirely too many fucking times on this episode. Alrighty, I'm just done. I quit for the day. Show's over. I'm out. See you later. Where was I? I don't even know what I was talking about. Oh yeah. Leave the past in the past. That usually refers to the bad shit that someone has done or someone has seen. But you can also be picky and choosy because, like I said, if you've done super bad shit or made some mistakes or whatever, as long as you've learned from that stuff and you've grown as a person, should honor it. But don't dwell on it, I guess is the ultimate point. Don't dwell on that shit because you can't change it. You're never going to change it. Honor it, learn from it, move on, block it out, whatever you got to do. That's just my dime store philosophy. It just got me thinking, and I wanted to share that with you guys and to share that I have a new website, barstarpodcast.com. Make sure you check it out. I should do voiceovers. No, I should not. That is a fucking horrible idea. So that's one thing I wanted to talk about this week. Another thing is I've got some cool stuff cooking that I cannot talk about today. But I was talking to a friend of mine. We were talking about teasers, so I'll give you a little teaser. I'm working on some really cool shit that should be announced within the next 3 to 4 weeks. Got some cool guests lined up as well. That's going to be fun. I can't wait for that. I shouldn't call them guests. I should hangs. I got some hangs. It's common to call them guests. Guests or hangs? I don't know. You guys tell me. You can reach me at barstarpodcast.com. But anyway, I've got some cool people I'm going to hang out with, do some shows with. I've got some cool things coming up in terms of music that I cannot talk about that I'm super excited about. I've got something cooking that I think is, I think it's going to really, I hate to be arrogant and say blow some people away, but I think it is going to shock some people. It's going to be really, really cool. I'm really proud of it. And I can't wait to start talking about that. That's going to be awesome. It's going to be so cool. So cool. But that's all I got for the main part of this show. I just wanted to talk about the past and some cool stuff I got coming up. And say hi to you guys because I love your faces. The faces that I know. Apparently I'm huge in Sweden. It's not a joke. I look at my numbers. I'm obsessed with my numbers. Stacy gets on my ass. She's like, why do you look at those numbers all the time? I'm like, I don't know. I can't read pie charts, but it looks cool. But I apparently have a lot of downloads in Sweden. Go figure. Who knew? Hi, guys. How y'all doing? It's cold as fuck over there, ain't it? Anyway. All right. Enough of me rambling. Let's move on to social media issues. All right, so this week on social media issues, kind of like the show I did a couple weeks ago, I'm going to keep this short again because it's more like this is a public service announcement for all those listening to the sound of my voice. You guys don't fucking know everything. Guy. Not you specifically who's listening to the show. I've seen a couple posts this week. One was on Twitter, one was on Facebook, and then there was probably another Yahoo story I saw. And the posts themselves are not the issue. The posts themselves are not important. What I've noticed is everybody is a fucking know-it-all. Everybody. Literally everybody. Okay, not literally. But the majority of the posts or the answers to the post or the comments to the post, and I say answers because one was a question, the comments to the post are, you don't in the vein of, you don't know anything, here's what you need to do. You don't know anything, here's what the answer is. You don't know anything, here's what you need to try. How about when somebody's genuinely looking for an answer, or someone genuinely has a question, especially if it's in a group, like the Cover Band Central group. There's a lot of guys on there that have genuine great questions. And then there's a lot of guys on there that are like, hey, I started a new band. Can y'all name it? No. Name your own fucking band. Those don't count. When you have a genuine question or an intelligent thought, or even a half-intelligent thought, I mean, just a fucking sentence strung together well, why does everybody continuously shit on it and put their, quote, I know better, unquote, responses to it? I don't fucking get it. And the reason I'm talking about this in social media issues is because it happens all over the web, all over the interwebs. Do people not know how to admit they don't know something? I'm just asking, general question. I'll be the first to tell you, there's a lot of shit I don't know. A lot of shit I don't have a fucking clue. So clueless, not even funny. I don't get it. I'll never get an answer to it. But I guess it's a public service announcement to next time you guys, any of my listeners, or any of your friends, feel free to smack them like the Batman and Robin meme. I like that one. Feel free to smack them or smack yourself when you decide to go into know-it-all mode, because it's fucking annoying. Nobody knows everything. Even super smart people don't know everything. And I'm super dumb, but I still know some shit. But I'm also okay with admitting what I don't know. It's all right. Nothing's going to happen if you don't know the answer to something. Promise. You'll be fine. Seriously, you'll be fine. So let's move on to stories from the stage. All right. So this week on Stories from the Stage, this is for some of my close friends who we've been having revolving conversations about me being too loud. I will repeat that. Revolving conversations about me being too loud as a drummer. I get it all the time. You're too loud. Can you turn it? Oh my God, your snare's too loud. Oh my God, I can't fucking hear. My vagina hurts. It's so fucking loud. That's what I hear when you guys tell me, just FYI. But I do get that a lot. I do hit hard. It's no secret. I also do know how to tune drums pretty well, which means sometimes well-tuned drums tend to be a little bit louder. And I do use big drum sizes, like my kicks are 24s and 13, 14, 16, shit like that. Stuff that non-gearheads don't give a shit about. I do hit hard. I am a loud drummer. I get it. Most of the time it's funny until everybody gangs up on me, and then my feelings get hurt and I want to cry. I just don't understand anymore. Wow, I can't believe I just did that. Anyway, so here's a good story. Not going to say who it is because it happened in Louisville, but I did a gig a couple summers ago. It's a fill-in gig. Country club. Got there, set up. And now, I was a hired gun, so it wasn't even my band. And usually when it's not my band, if I'm just a fill-in or I'm being hired for the night or whatever, I will take my Yamaha rig. What that means in layman's terms is my Yamaha rig is the quietest rig I have. Drum sizes are kind of small. It's a little thinner wood. It's not really loud. So I tend to take that rig when it's not my band and I don't know what the room is. In this case, it was a country club, so I went, yep, you know what? I got to be kind of quiet. So, of course, everything comes out. Oh my God, that's too loud. Can you turn those drums down? Yeah, dude, I'll fucking turn the volume knob on 0. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just, let me find the volume knob first. Oh, wait, drums don't fucking have one. So I get it. I'm too loud, whatever. So I detune my kick just a smidge. I kind of loosen my toms a little bit, and I put a napkin, a cloth table napkin on the corner of my snare to kind of mute it. That wasn't enough. I have never in my fucking life been told that my ride cymbal is too loud. My ride cymbal. A fucking ride cymbal. I've been told my crashes are too loud, my china's too loud. Those are obnoxious cymbals. But a fucking ride cymbal. I had to tape cloth dinner napkin, the same kind I used on my snare, to my ride cymbal because it was too loud. Because the mics were picking it up in these particular people's in-ear monitors. So I played all night with a cloth napkin taped to my snare and a cloth napkin taped to my ride. And I still was told I was too loud. That is not a drummer thing at that point. That is a fuck you thing. I mean, that is a your problem. Because if I taped my shit up and you're still complaining that it's too loud, that's on you, not on me. But that's my story from the stage. Got to play a country club with napkins taped to my drums. Yeah, you can't make this shit up, people. So let's move on to what am I listening to? All right, so what I'm jamming on this week, I've actually went backwards a little bit. A couple weeks ago, I was talking to a friend of mine, and we were talking about Crash Test Dummies. Everybody knows that song. Mm-hmm. That one, yeah. Mm-hmm. That song. Those records are actually super good, and I've been a big fan of those guys for a long time. The record with that hit is God Shuffled His Feet. And then there's a record after that called A Worm's Life. Those are my two favorite, but the reason I've been jamming on them so much lately is the production on those records is just so good. It's just phenomenal, especially considering it came out in the 90s. Damn Canadians. They were ahead of the curve on a lot of shit. So I got back into those records. There's another one called Puss in Boots, which I think is the fourth record. And then the first one is The Ghosts That Haunt Me, which had a minor hit called Superman's Dead or something like that. I forget right now off the top of my head because I'm a horrible fucking podcast host, but whatever. But those two records, God Shuffled His Feet and A Worm's Life, are just great, great records. I highly recommend them to anybody who's looking for something different that hasn't heard those records before in their entirety. They're really, really good. And like I said, the production on those two records is amazing. And another record I've been jamming on this week is Keith Urban's new record, Graffiti You. I talked about it a little bit when it came out a few months ago, but I've really, really been digging it. I've been going back and listening to it again. So those are the two things that I've got for this week for what am I listening to. Those are really good records. I think you guys will dig them. I think you guys will enjoy them, especially the two Crash Test Dummies records. If you've never heard them, give them a chance. Just skip over. That's what I do. I skip over that song every time I listen to that record. But there's some really cool stuff on there. And Brad, the singer, he's got like 2 or 3 literary degrees. He's a super smart dude, which is why none of his lyrics make any sense. They're just over everybody's head because he's like, oh my God, he's so smart. So he writes some wacky shit. So that's part of the reason why his records, or why his lyrics are kind of out there and kind of weird, I guess is the right word I'm looking for. So go check those records out. Crash Test Dummies, God Shuffled His Feet, and A Worm's Life. And then Keith Urban's new record, Graffiti You. I think you will dig all 3 of those records. You'll thank me. You can go to the website at barstarpodcast.com. Or you can email me at barstarpodcast@gmail.com. Speaking of which, you guys are fucking slacking on the emails. I got nothing. 0. Nada. Zilchola. Come on, guys. I told you I'd do a bonus show. If you ask me a bunch of wacky questions, take a couple minutes and ask me a bunch of wacky questions. Call me an asshole. Call me a cool dude. Call me whatever you want. Just come on. Give me something. Email me some shit. Oh, yeah. Then there's this.
All right, Mr. Shitlip, here we go.
right, so the dumbest shit I've heard this week was I was setting my drums up somewhere, I don't remember where, and clearly setting them up, not just kind of looking at them and being cutesy-wootsy. I totally just said cutesy-wootsy in my own fucking show. We are downgrading kids. This is just going to shit. Anyway, I was sitting on my drums, and this dude walked up to me and he goes, "Hey man, you play drums?" No, I am a unprofessional, unemployed drum tech. That's what I do. I just set people's drums up randomly. Hey, doggy party. Seriously? I mean, it's clear. Clearly, I know, or I at least look like I know what I'm doing. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe it really wasn't dumb. Maybe I just did. No, fuck that. That was a dumb one. So hey, man, you play drums? No, motherfucker. I play harmonica. I know. I'm a douchebag. I get it. I get it. I truly do. I'm a douchebag. But that's why you guys love me. I'm a lovable douchebag. Well, that's it, kids. That's a show for the week. Turn in a short one for you. Let you know what's going on in the world of me. Give you something to think about with looking in the past and how you decipher what's worth holding on to and what's worth letting go. Give you something to think about, something to chew on. Chew on that. It's delicious. See how you feel about it. Again, super excited. The website is up. Please go check it out. Please let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think about it. It is barstarpodcast.com. And you can go through the archives and find a bunch of shows that you maybe have missed. If you're not all caught up, now would be a great time to get caught up. Got some cool stuff coming up this fall and this winter. Pretty excited about it. Some stuff I can't wait to talk about. Obviously, I can't talk about it yet. Nothing is set in stone. But I am doing some cool stuff, and I've got some cool things coming up. Are you done? Hey, are you done? Are you done over there? You see me fucking recording. I know you don't have opposable thumbs and shit, but seriously? Sebastian, what are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? You talking? Huh? You talking? And then what happened? What happened after that? I think you're a liar. You're a liar. It did not happen that way. It didn't. Nope. What happened after that? Tell you a damn lie. What happened after that? Yeah, whatever. So don't forget to check out barstarpodcast.com. Barstarpodcast.com. Did I tell you it's barstarpodcast.com? I think I did. I think I might have. Website. It's up. It's live. It's live and in living color. Wait, no, that's wrong. Live from New York. No, wait, that's wrong too. Yeah. Oh, I got it. Live from the fucking interwebs. Seriously, I'm excited about it. I'm excited about the stuff I got coming up. I'm excited that you guys are still with me. You're hanging in there. You're digging the show, and I appreciate it. Let me know that you're digging the show. Please subscribe, rate, and review wherever you get your podcast. I'm on a bunch of platforms. I don't even know where the hell I am. Somebody told me the other day I was on some Pod AM or Pod Box or I don't fucking know. It was awesome. Hey, that's all I know. I'm everywhere. I'm growing. We're growing this thing together. You guys are helping me, but please, please, please subscribe, rate, and review. Let me know your feedback. Give me 5 stars. If you like me, give me 5 stars. If you hate me, just give me 5 stars. I like stars. I like stars. I have a lot of star tattoos because I like stars. But tell your friends, tell your mom and them, tell your auntie and your sister and your cousin. That's a little Windex reference. Some of you will get that. Most of you will not, but there'll be a few of you that will. Thanks for listening. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate every one of you guys. I appreciate your support. I appreciate the downloads. You guys are awesome. Please keep it coming. Please keep it up. And as I say at the end of every episode, go do some shit. Seriously, go get the fuck out of here. Fall's coming. You got to get them plants off the porch. You got to throw all that summer shit away. You got to get out your winter clothes, your good clothes. You get the scarves and the beanies and the jackets and the hoodies and all the good shit. And you got to get out the snow boots and the paint the party. I don't even know what the fuck I'm talking about, but you got to get it out. That's what it is. So until next time, I will talk at you soon.